Welcome to the Haunted Cosmos podcast. This is Ben and Brian.
I think he's been possessed.
Sounds about right.
Possessed by something.
Welcome to the Whatchagonnawannado podcast.
There we go.
I'm Kevin.
Jordy LaForge.
Caleb. You sure on that one?
Oh, that's Next Generation. Scott.
Okay. So thanks for tuning in this week. This is our Halloween special. We're going to talk about spooky stuff.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with your story? Or do you want us to do our story first?
I'll let you guys have the floor, because
Your story's a lot different than our story.
yeah.
No two stories are the same.
That's true. I'm going to let you take the lead on this one.
All right. Well, our story starts out
Like any other story.
like any other story. Our senior year of high school. Every community in Ohio, probably a lot of other places, has a crybaby bridge.
Yeah.
Which we didn't realize when we were growing up. We thought ours was it.
Yeah. We did. Yeah,
I didn't until I met my wife and found out that their crybaby bridge was just like down the road from where she lived. I didn't realize that there was.
And that's when you came up with the theory that every county in the all 88 counties have their own.
I don't think
the two counties touching. That was a good sample size.
I don't know that all counties do.
All 88,
but
some have
all 88.
A lot of them do.
Yeah, I've heard there's a lot of.
Yeah, and the stories are always pretty similar. Theirs was a railroad trussel that it went across, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it's always
nice.
A young lady. She finds herself with child. Sometimes it's
She finds herself with child and low.
sometimes
with child.
Sometimes her man has run off or he's died in war.
Yeah.
It's always some sad story. She doesn't want to go on, can't keep the baby, so she throws the baby off the bridge.
She's had the baby
She's
first.
had the baby.
Yeah.
And then she goes to the bridge, chucks the baby. And
She names the baby Chuck.
Chuck
the baby, and then what's she do after that? After
the baby dies.
Oh,
Sometimes she kills herself too.
Yeah, didn't she? I never was clear on what happens to her.
Yeah. Sometimes she doesn't. She just comes back there every night or whatever. But especially if you go to this bridge at midnight, you can hear this baby crying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does she cry?
The mother, the baby,
Chuck. That sounds like a cat.
Wait a minute.
It's Chuck the baby who's crying. Totally crying.
Chuck the baby who's crying.
Yeah.
Bad advice.
That's a bad.
No, that's like the baby's name.
That's the opposite of don't shake a baby.
We decided the baby's name was Chuck.
Oh,
That's
Chuck.
who's crying.
Yeah.
Chuck the baby.
Anyway, the baby. If you go at midnight,
Chuck the baby who's crying.
can hear the baby.
You heard it here. You heard it here on the What You Gonna Want to Do podcast. Chuck the baby who's crying.
never shake a baby.
Oh no. Or Chuck. Or
Ever,
Chuck him.
Ever.
Or Chuck him.
Or
yeah.
Chuck. Don't Chuck. Don't Chuck.
My gosh.
Please do
Going
not.
off the rails.
We're
Not
pretty-
unlike
we're
the
pretty
baby.
Or in Champaign County, it went on the rails.
Oh boy.
Oh,
This is dark.
yeah, it is kind of.
It's pretty bad.
And it has to be for the crying to happen. See, I brought it all back.
There, yeah, good
It's
job.
midnight.
Yeah. It has to be midnight?
That's usually the
What
story.
if it's
midnight.
11:43?
Too early. You're not going to hear it yet.
12:07.
It's not going to be crying. But with our Crybaby Bridge, there was an added feature because there was supposed to be Satanists
Oh, that's right.
out there.
Yeah.
They had a farm next to
The
it,
Satanist farm.
Yeah.
farm where the Satanists hung out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The story was,
It was corn.
if
Raise
you,
their goats.
if you went out there, they would chase
chickens,
you,
etc.
and what they would do was they'd have two SUVs, and they'd get one in front of you, and then they come in from behind you, and I mean, I don't know what were they supposed to do? Take you, and you became a Satanist, or
or
sacrificed you?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what some of them do.
Yeah,
I'm told. I mean, from the movies.
that's what some of them do. As a matter of fact, here's one thing I know about Satanists.
That's from
SUVs,
watching all those
like,
movies.
All those Satanist movies.
So the first time we tried to go out and find it,
SUV.
we're on the road leading to it. We notice there's an SUV in front of us.
Yeah.
And then pretty soon there's one coming up behind us. So, we're all freaking out.
Yeah, it's the Satanist.
Our buddy Brad, who we've thrown under the bus time and time again.
And did the Satanists drive SUVs because they didn't care about fuel economy?
That wasn't so much of a concern, but it was easier to stuff people.
That's
in
what
it,
I was thinking. The more
You
room
think
they
more
give
room
go
to
for
throw you in.
the suicide doors.
Perhaps.
Do you think they had them on the SUVs?
Probably haven't installed purposely. But our buddy Brad was driving, and again, we'll throw this out, Brad. If you ever see these videos, you're welcome to contact us and come on the show.
Yeah.
We're not gonna reach out and invite him. We want him to actually see it and be like, I've got to go
and defend myself.
Yeah. This isn't the way it went.
And to blow the lid off all these stories.
Who are these guys? Mainstream media.
He's this conspiracy
These
theory.
aren't real.
Yes, this never happened.
These are the ABC.
He's like, there's not even a bridge in it.
Yeah, he corrects it.
There's
Not
no
even
crybaby
a
bridge.
It was maybe like a drawbridge.
Hell, it's noon.
And it was a cat. I heard it.
Anyway, we start, and I cover this in an Abstract Ohio video. As a matter of fact, which
Let's see what happened.
people
here.
like
this
my
is a shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
people seem to like my voice better on this than they do on the Abstract Ohio videos.
It's because your mom's the only one who watches it.
Been a big complaint.
Been a big complaint.
Anyway,
It is different. Your cadence.
because when you're reading stuff, it just
This is more.
Right, then you're
guys,
talking.
and welcome
Yeah.
to Abstract Ohio.
it's pretty bad.
I'm gonna talk to you about Cry Baby Bridge.
That
Turn the
sounds
page.
like somebody's.
Cry Baby Bridge is in Ohio in many places and towns.
Anyway,
That might be more
SUVs
similar.
in front of us. We noticed one.
Joker's to the right.
One coming up behind us. We go through these S curves, and so they're both out of sight of us for briefly. So Brad decides to turn around in the middle of the road.
They still got you pinned.
Well, we're gonna shoot past them before they know what hit them.
Oh, Satanists always know.
They know what's hit him.
Well,
That's our plan.
his car died,
Yeah.
and we're all just like froze,
you
like
were
staring
about
at the. We're staring at the ignition as he's trying to start it back up, and it seemed like forever, but it was only seconds. But it's like we're scared to
Seconds
death.
feel like minutes.
They do.
Minutes
In
feel
a-
like hours.
In a situation like that.
Yeah.
But it fired up, and we took off past the other SUV and got out of there.
And
so
the
we
Satanists
were
didn't win
safe.
that day.
That's right.
No, they didn't.
Take that, Satanist.
Fast forward, probably weeks later, maybe.
You want to run
We're
it
in the-
back? You're going to do it? You went out again for this?
Yeah.
Gluttons.
We went out, but this time we go out. It was nighttime we went out then. We went out in the day. It was during...
First, we hit the Ouija board. Then we tried to contact a dead end or something. Then we went out.
It's normal
That
stuff.
you usually do that.
It was on a
As you-
Friday
as
the
you do.
13th. It was Halloween night. What? Yeah. Full moon.
It was during summer practices.
It was a blood moon.
It was a blood moon. It's a blood moon.
There was a
And it was a leap year.
It's a leap year. I didn't do any of those things.
That's crazy.
No.
We
full
we
moon
go
show.
out like in between practices. You have a little break, So we drive
during
out
during the day.
Yes, during the daytime.
The 2 a days ones.
So we're talking. This is chicken crap. Is what this is. Just say it.
Well, we were with another buddy who's since passed, Steve Carter, and he knew exactly where it was because we couldn't find it.
Yeah,
he knew where the bridge was.
He knew where the bridge was.
You couldn't find it the night you would win.
Well, yeah.
You found the
we freaked out and ran, but he knew exactly where it was because I think we'd maybe tried another time or something and couldn't find it. Yeah. So we go out there.
Can't find it. Let's go home.
We go out there. We find the bridge. I think there was like some kids fishing off of it or something, and
spooky.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Black-eyed children. But we're we've seen it. We know how to get there. We're probably going to go back at night now.
Yeah.
But we're on our way back. And the weird thing is, I don't know if I ever told you this.
Car died again.
For some reason, just like shortly before this, my dad
in an SUV
had told me, had warned me not to be out running around in the country.
Oh, really?
I mean, he never said anything like that.
Running around the country.
Yeah, but nobody.
Kevin, I don't want you out in the country. The Satanists are out and about. They got that farm down there. You know about it. You've heard about the farm.
They got that farm.
The local Satanist farm. They're peddling their grain again. Satanists are in season. It's.
So we're heading back.
Satanists of the corn.
We're heading back to the school for practice.
This is still daytime.
It's hot, middle of July.
You know how it is in those.
The 4th of July.
It's always hot. There's
no radio in the car.
It's always hot during 2 days, no matter what.
Doesn't matter.
The car radio doesn't work, so we have like a boom box.
Yeah,
we're listening
I remember that.
We're listening to "Stairway to Heaven."
That's right. We were
by Led Zeppelin. We go through these curves. Not the same curve,
but they. Oh, okay.
But it just started raining, and when it just first starts raining, it's been dry for a long time. All the oil comes up to the surface.
The road gets slick. It
gets slick as ice, and Brad was, of course, going the speed limit, and went around the curve, and we just kept going. We're heading straight towards the telephone pole. Scott's in the passenger seat. I'm in the back seat behind the driver. Steve's on the other side behind you.
Yeah.
And we're heading straight towards this telephone pole. I mean, we're going to hit it like dead on. We hit the little bit of gravel on the side of the road, and the car kicks over to the left. We hit the telephone pole with the front corner of the car. It snaps the telephone pole off, and part of it comes in and sticks in the headrest where Scott was sitting.
Yeah, part of it.
Yeah, the top part that it snapped off sticks in the headrest where Scott was. This was before seatbelt laws, so Scott
curled up on the floor.
He bailed under the dashboard.
Pretty much.
It was a big old Buick that were.
All cars were big back then.
Well, I mean, this was the 80s. They were starting to make.
They were talking about it.
They were talking about it.
Yeah, but this car was like a 70s, it was like an early 70s model, an older car.
Bigger car, yeah.
And it just peeled the side of the car back like tin can. But that telephone pole sticking in the headrest, I'll never forget. Because, I mean, if Scott had been buckled in,
that would have been his head.
It would have been his head. It would have been in my lap.
Oof.
Well, that's dark.
Well, it is, but that's the truth. I mean, if you're...
Well, it probably would have actually been impaled into the seat.
Wow.
Perhaps. But anyway.
Do you think his Kappa would have been detated?
It would have been. Scott wouldn't have been here today to talk about it.
Well, when's...
Because it's eerie.
No? Yeah, eerie.
Yeah.
We got out of the car. We walked. There was a couple houses nearby. We walked up to a house, called the police, because this was before anyone would have had cell phones. No. So we, call the police to come out.
Nobody thought that you would have had cell phones.
Well, true. We didn't. But
after a rotary phone you called on?
Probably.
At the rotaries.
Operator.
Give me Sarah.
Give me Sarah.
Send Barney out.
Well, there's that the curb, I thought there was the house was right there at the curb.
Yeah, it's just right around the curb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we weren't walking very far.
No.
But then the phone didn't go out because you hit a telephone pole.
It did. It went out. The lines weren't snapped; they were still attached.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but the weird thing is after we've called, we walk back to the car,
and there was a baby sitting in the front seat.
There was a baby crying.
The boom box is still sitting there Chucky. On the back seat, and instead of playing "Stairway to Heaven" as it was before
by AC/DC,
no, it was "Amazing Grace."
Well, that's a different station.
That's a different station.
Very much so.
Yeah, that's pretty.
But I mean, that's always. I've never forgot that. I mean, that sticks with you.
Wild.
Yeah, because that
is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's one of those. Wow, that's weird. Yeah.
You guys could be telling me the plot to some '80s spooky movie, and I'd
true.
I'd be biting and
should write one.
I remember the car kind of seeming like you could see it in slow motion. It almost felt like slow motion.
It did feel like slow motion. But I mean, we were going to hit that thing dead center of the car.
Yeah, the rocks kicked it the other way.
Yeah.
Well, I think wasn't your shoe or Carter's? One of them was way in the 2 or 3 rows into the.
Oh yeah.
Or
into the Satanist
one of the
into the
tennis shoes.
The Satanist corn. Did you get the shoe out of there?
It wasn't the devil's corn. No.
It wasn't the devil's corn.
We were away from there.
It wasn't the devil's corn.
This wasn't no devil's corn. This weren't no
devil corn in there. Tarnish. You done lost your shoe in the devil corn.
You ain't getting that back, boy.
Man, you ain't getting no shoe back.
I can't remember if it was your shoe or Carter's, but it landed somewhere in there.
A couple rows back into the corner.
Yeah.
Because
we were like,
did you get the shoe back?
Yeah.
How would you even have known the trajectory of the shoe?
I don't know how we did, but we found it.
Amazing Grace, that's how.
That's right.
Amazing Grace, that's
Needless to say, we didn't make it back to football practice that day.
Well, then Brad's dad came out, didn't he, Jerry to...
Yeah. I think we all had to end up calling our parents. And
Did we? Okay.
Picked us up at the school or whatever. But yeah.
Did you ever go back to the bridge?
No. I've been back since, but not as a kid. I don't think.
I know Brad was. I thought he was because he knew, Jerry's good. But he was surprised that Jerry was.
Yeah, he didn't blow up or anything. He was like. In fact, they went. I think that very night or right next day or whatever, and they got a newer car.
Yeah, that's right.
And he made Brad drive it right away.
Right away. That's
because he didn't want to be afraid to drive.
Well, he probably realized the conditions were such that it wasn't.
I know Brad was worried because he was Dad's gone.
You don't want to call. That's a phone call you don't want to make. You just totaled the car.
No.
He wasn't. We weren't tearing through there, but you could argue we might have been going faster, maybe than we should have been on the curb. But it had a lot to do with the rain.
The conditions.
Oh yeah,
it was
in the rain. It's easy to lose control.
I could say honestly, guys, that incident, but I've never had any others that
were spooky.
No, not in any way reality. Like I looked and there was a shadow dude or something.
Yeah,
it was like no, I might have imagined things or used my imagination and freaked myself out. Nothing that I can absolutely, genuinely say I've seen this or that.
Yeah.
So, but that was kind of weird.
Oh yeah, definitely weird. I mean, I've had a few. We talked about earlier with just weird stuff. Where you spook yourself because I've watched Poltergeist. Go out with my aunt, delivering paper bundles, and go up to a house that's glowing because the TV was left on. People had gone to bed. I remember running up to that house and just like chucking the paper, running back as fast as I could. Scared to death.
They're here.
I remember when we were in Gettysburg and you thought that the reenactors might have been...
Oh, yeah. There was just something odd about them.
Where I thought they might have been
like actual...
Because we were there during the actual time that the battle had taken place, the days...
Yeah, we time traveled. We
went back to 1863 or
got up to 88 miles an
hour. It was during July 1st and 2nd. And the battle was 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So we were there for a couple days while, there's some reenactors and stuff there.
That's pretty neat.
And there was just 2 of them that were just off by themselves.
Hanging out by a tree.
And they just had a different look about them. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
But, that and we had our camera stopped working at Devil's Den.
And I went back years later and had the same problem.
Really?
And my mom had bought like a haunted Gettysburg book while we were there.
Oh.
And that's one of the things people said happened to them.
Really?
Yeah. And the story there is because of the guy who had like posed bodies at that spot. And they said ever since then people have had camera stuff.
That's kind of spooky.
So that was pretty weird.
Yeah. That was weird.
That, and I had when we went to the Rockway
To the Rockway.
To Rockway.
The
Rockway School.
That's right. To the
Rockway.
To the
Rockway. When we went there and did the walkthrough because, that was an abstract Ohio thing.
Yeah, I remember
really
that.
Pumping this abstract Ohio stuff.
Well, that's,
link in the description.
But there was weird things that happened because we were in a room and, after we started watching the video, you hear like 2 big claps and we didn't hear it. We were already scared. So, as I'm panning through the room with my camera, if I had heard that, I would have jumped and probably dropped the phone. But,
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Waiter.
That, and then there's a voice you hear when we go into the gymnasium that said, I don't know, something about like we're watching or something.
Yeah, it was
something. It sounded like that anyway. That's just so weird.
I remember watching that.
Was weird.
And I mean, I don't, like I think I said on the video, I'm not a ghost chaser. I'm not going to be. I don't. You should stay away from that kind of stuff.
But literally, you went seeking it out. The opposite of what you're supposed to do.
I know, and I wasn't
ghost chaser.
Yeah,
ghost chaser.
And I was just telling about the fact that people had heard stuff and seen stuff there. I wasn't really expecting.
Yeah, you weren't expecting.
I wasn't hoping to find anything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
so it was just
when there's something strange in your neighborhood,
I know.
Yeah,
who you gonna call? Don't call me because I ain't coming.
Call somebody else.
John.
You don't have to say their last name because they might not be.
Yeah, John, and he talked about going down to Adams County hunting for Bigfoot. He said, "Well, we'll go down and park the car, and then we'll go into the trees, the forest a bit, and see if because supposedly there have been more sightings down in southern
quite a bit."
And I said, "Yeah, but we never."
We went Bigfoot hunting with your.
Oh yeah.
With your producer when he was a little kid.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you do a Bigfoot yell for us, Phil?
Can you do a knock?
It's because he was the only one Dad could convince.
He was the only.
We watched Bigfoot hunters.
The Bigfoot hunters.
And if Dad would have tried to get me to go Bigfoot hunting, I would have said, "Yeah, no."
Well,
no.
I always thought it was cool.
No.
Would have wanted to see one, but now after listening to several haunted cosmos things, no, I don't. Never want to see that. No, thank you.
I was watching a show on, I think it was on Prime or Netflix. It was pretty good. I mean, at least they treated so they were scarier rather than, and there were some ones with the Bigfoot or whatever that seemed too good.
Yeah.
I mean,
because he's demonic.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, there was some
this podcast.
Some of them.
I learned that from Haunted Cosmos.
That is a great podcast.
But I mean, just that some of the ones they were aggressive. It wasn't. it wasn't like an innocent sighting and they were moving on. Now, there
like
are
Harry
some.
and the Hendersons.
No.
Right.
But they chased them down, or chased them at least out of the territory.
Yeah.
It's like, so, if they're out there, and of course, we don't know for sure, but I don't want to go messing.
Nope, definitely not.
Not in the deep woods.
Well, when we had gone to Rockaway, some of the weirdest stuff happened after we had left, because Mom worked there at the time. And when she left that night, she said she turned and looked back at the door before she left, and she said she swore there was like a man standing in the doorway that was like dressed in like leather or something.
Oh.
And just like kind of like weird. A Native American.
Oh, like a Native American dress or something.
Because Rockaway was built on an ancient Indian burial ground.
Well, that's one of the things they said.
That's what they say about everything.
I know, but they also said that
how many places were they burying Native Americans?
How many places did they bury
the Shawnee Village was just down the road from there.
Oh,
okay. And there's like
way down upon the Shawnee.
There's like rumors that Tecumseh, because when he died, they took his body away from the battlefield, and they said that they brought his body back there to that hill and like burnt his body.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's what they.
Oh wow!
People have said
ceremonially or
Oh,
okay.
Because they didn't want him to be found
at Rockaway.
Yeah, just because it was right near the village. I mean, think how close it is to where that village is.
I don't know where this village is. You're talking like we all have been there.
Out where is that George Rogers Clark Park?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's where that village was.
All right. Cool.
So very close.
Yeah,
but then
they drug it all the way there, though. I hope they carried it
that night.
So far, drag.
Well, he died like
halfway there,
up in Canada.
Didn't they drug him all the way back from Canada?
I doubt they drug him.
Why would they bring him all the way back to
their
Springfield,
land,
Ohio, and burn him?
To their land.
That sounds crazy. I think that's
they probably have one of those. Well, they have them
a cart,
a gurney,
like
a gurney, but what's on the horse?
An Apache helicopter.
That's it.
They were Shawnee. They wouldn't have had an Apache helicopter.
They're Shawnee.
They had made a truce. They had made a truce with the Apache so they could use the helicopter.
Probably. Oh, okay.
That could have been.
That's how things happened back then.
The Apaches invented
treaties. I know, which really makes you wonder how they didn't win.
Yeah, true.
It does feel like they had an unfair advantage.
They did.
Because we didn't
take advantage of it.
White men didn't figure out flight until years later. And we barely figured it out at the beginning. Yeah. It was touch and go.
It was pretty rough. Yeah. But later that night, a 911 call was placed from the office at the school.
Really?
Yeah, and the voice that came across to the dispatcher was kind of like a metallic, weird voice, and they couldn't make out what they were saying.
Ooh. Metallica. It was Enter Sandman.
That's what it was.
Did they just say Enter Night? What is he?
Enter Night.
Exit light? What are you talking about, bud?
What are you
Take your hand? Where are we going? Neverland.
No way, man.
I'm not gonna click. That's the last time I answer a Metallica phone call.
That's right.
Caleb has a very disturbing
that's cool. I want to hear this.
Involving vampirism.
Yeah. But before I get into that one, I do have another much shorter story.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Once went to the Mansfield Reformatory.
Oh, yeah.
Which is where they filmed parts of
Shawshank
Redemption, a movie I've never seen.
Oh, okay.
It's a great one.
And I went there.
Yeah. You'd like it.
I don't know.
It's good.
I don't know.
They also filmed parts of Air Force One there.
Did they? Air Force One.
I have not seen that one either.
Oh.
That one I also
and other movies.
Other ones.
But they had a little like I don't know.
Golden Girls. Just kidding.
I don't think they had that one.
No, that wasn't. They had this little like a recorder that you could do it was like a automated guided tour sort of a thing. But we only had enough money for one, So I was getting the messages secondhand.
Oh,
because you had to hold it up to your ear because they didn't have it loud enough to where other people could hear it.
Yeah.
So we're walking around doing the tour, going through these places, and like I said, it's self-guided, but you have the thing. And we walked up into this. We had to climb like stairs and stuff. And I've for some reason toured 2 different prisons in my lifetime.
Oh wow!
It's eerie. It's just creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, just the thought of being stuck in a prison is terrifying.
Yeah.
But so we were walking around there, and it's kind of creepy. But I've never been much for like assuming things are haunted or anything, of course. But that's kind of the big thing. People like to tour it like at night and stuff. It's really popular to go around Halloween. But we were going up into this, I don't even know, like a library or something like that that they had. Mm-hmm. And as we were going up there, I was kind of lagging behind, and I felt like someone like go like that on my back, or maybe like more like a brush.
Really?
And I turned around, and there's nobody there, and I was like, well, that was weird. Well, I get the message relayed to me later, and that, oh, hey, over there, people say that they feel something touch them.
Really?
And I was like, oh, yeah, well, I could have told you that because I just did. I said, maybe let's get out of this area.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was pretty weird.
Pretty creepy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I also, what was the other one? This isn't a spooky one, but the other one that I toured was it West Virginia State Penitentiary? Where not Marilyn Manson. Charles Manson.
Oh,
his mom had been there.
Really?
And they had a letter there where he had tried to petition them while it was still open to let him go there. Because it became a men's prison later on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because he wanted to be there because his mom had been there.
His mom was there.
And they clearly said,
no thanks, Charlie.
Thanks, but no thanks.
No thanks. Thanks, but no thanks.
It's a hard pass.
It's a hard pass.
Yeah.
It's a hard pass.
But anyways, my other story is, one night, me and a couple of buddies were going to go toilet papering.
Oh, okay.
We were going to toilet paper one of the buddies, the ones we were staying at's house. We were going to go toilet paper his girlfriend's house.
Oh, okay.
So we go out, we go buy all the toilet paper. You know, the cashier's kind of like, why are all the, do you get the look? Why is this kid buying all this toilet paper? And I think we made one of those jokes, those classic jokes along the line of, oh, we really had to go, or something stupid like that. Something real dumb. Wow. Get all the toilet paper back.
Oh, you gotta do.
Then we decide to reach out to some other buddies, like we needed reinforcements or something.
As you do.
Yeah, and we get like 3 or 4 additional guys. So you're talking about 7 guys. All right, we all dress. We all dress head to toe in black, and we're proud of ourselves because we go, and it's a pretty dark night. Not really, the moon's not really out.
Oh,
you have pretty good cover. So we took turns kind of going off and like, can you see me? And we'd like duck down and like, no, I can't see you at all. And we were so hyped about it and so excited, but. We could drive, but for some reason we decided to hoof it. And I couldn't. I did not have my license at the time, but the one did. Well, a few of us did. But we decided to hoof it, and it wasn't close by.
Oh.
It was a little bit of a walk. And he made it seem like we were going to be, it's just like around the corner. Because we had toilet paper at another buddy's house like a couple weeks before. We were building up.
Not only are you you've got to carry all this toilet paper.
Got to carry toilet paper.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Someone brought eggs. I did not participate in the egging because I think it's toilet paper, not vandalism. That's just a good time. Eggs gets vandalistic pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
I did not participate in the
egg portion of the evening.
Toilet paper, I did, but. Statute of limitations is up on this. This has been years and years. This has been years. But just for the record, no eggs were thrown by this particular gentleman. So we're walking for a while, and I'm like, dude, this is kind of like it's over. It had to be over a mile walk away.
Wow.
Which for a walk, when you're going to toilet paper,
sure,
too far.
Too far.
Yeah.
Too
far.
Oh yeah, that's a little far.
And this is as the crow flies walk. We're cutting through like people's yards and stuff. I'm like, you think you live closer to this girl than you is actual true. But so we walk all the way there. He for some reason has called her, and she's there. I'm thinking, if we're gonna toilet paper her house, one, you don't.
Yeah.
First off, why are you toilet papering your girlfriend's house?
Right.
Your current girlfriend's house.
Oh, it's the current one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not...
Bad choice.
Yeah.
Well, if I told you the one, you would be like, well, this adds up.
I thought for a second it was an ex-girlfriend.
I think you know.
Made that.
But no, current girlfriend. So she comes out, and her dad was a little bit of a hothead. So I'm like, this kind of doesn't. You're basically telling her who's doing this.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is pretty stupid. But anyways, so we have a one buddy who's an idiot. He would do anything that you told him to. Like he would tell you could tell him to do the craziest thing, and he would do those guys. Well, they had this giant floodlight like up above their garage, like on a pole. Well, we had him climb up that pole and put a plastic bag over the floodlight so we could kind of black it out and do our thing. Well, this
special ops stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
We were all in black. We knew we were we had worked this out. We had been toilet paper and building up to this. This was the silver tuna.
Yeah.
Well, that trash bag melted so fast. Sure. It melted before he got down the pole. Yeah. So we're like, well, we're just gonna have to do it. So we get it. We ransacked the place, toilet paper everywhere. They brought extra. So not only are we rolling with multiple rolls, but we got multiple guys doing it, and we're flinging it up all over the place. And then some eggs were thrown again, not by me. I did not condone the egg throwing. But then, after we're done, we kind of all just scatter.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know if we got spooked or something. Probably when one of these threw the eggs, we're kind of like, we got to get up out of here.
No. Okay.
Well, but we all pretty much go our own ways.
Okay.
I do not know for the life of me where the other four actually ended up going. I did not see them the rest of the night. But they probably got their ride and got out of there because they weren't staying the night with this buddy anyways.
Okay.
So they figured out their situation and they got up out of there. I, on the other hand, am kind of half booking it through a cornfield. And as I'm going through the cornfield, I see out of the corner of my eye somebody in the driveway. Granted, this is like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Somebody in the driveway with a cape, running back and forth. They would just occasionally take off in a dead sprint and then stop and walk a little bit and then take off in a dead sprint, just back and forth to this driveway. So I'm stopped dead in my tracks and I'm watching this. And I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning and this is a person in a cape out on their driveway. What's going on? Well, I see one of my buddies, the one who's staying the night at this other buddy's house, the one who's running off with his girlfriend. Okay. They're out making out or whatever somewhere in the woods, whatever. Or he's just going and confessing to her dad what he's already done. Anyways.
Who knows?
Yeah. But I see my other buddy and I said, hey. He said, what? I said, because he came up by me. I'm like, look at this. So we were kind of standing there and we're like, what are we going to do?
What are we going to do?
What is happening? This isn't right. Something's wrong with this person.
Yeah.
This is not a healthy individual. This is not normal behavior for 3 a.m. For one, who wears a cape any time of day?
Right.
But two, who's wearing a cape at night?
Yeah.
Is he like a vampire or something?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's a cape.
Yeah, could be. And, they kind of had a weird, slender build. Vampires, it was checked. Plus, you got to remember, this is during the height of Twilight.
Oh.
All right, so vampires are on the brain. I wasn't reading the books
That's
disgusting. There's nobody's reading that. Yeah. Girls are reading that, and I wasn't reading. But I wasn't reading any books. So I just knew about vampires, and vampires were culturally relevant at the time. So anything I had of vampires had nothing to do with
yes.
Yeah, anything I knew about vampires had nothing to do with the Twilight books, and everything to do with just knowing that vampires eat blood and wear capes. And so I'm like, dude, how are we gonna get around this? And he's like, I have no, because we have to go that way to get back to the house.
Okay.
We know no other way. My buddy's taking us on this crazy adventure.
Oh, yeah, because you wouldn't know. Yeah.
Mile and a half away from his house.
Keeps
cutting through backyards. 3.5 miles. 6 miles. We've done a 6 mile journey.
Uphill both ways.
Yeah. And it's snowing.
It's 3
feet of snow.
But he's keeping that same pattern. Right? Running, stopping, walking. Just in the driveway the whole time, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, is this a silver bullet situation? Is this a stake through the heart? How are we doing? What is it for? My buddy he grabs a little corn stalk. He's like, will this work? I'm like, that's a corn stalk. We're not driving that through a hand, let alone a heart.
This work.
It wasn't even the devil's corn.
So. It wasn't even the devil's corn.
So finally, our other buddy shows up, the one who lives, whose house it is, and I'm like, listen, we've talked about it, what we're gonna do. We don't have any good options. We suggested the stake through the heart. We don't. Stakes aren't convenient right now. But we have to get back to your house. What do we do? His suggestion was, and what may have been the best suggestion of the night, what if we just ran as fast as we could? And I said, hey, I think that might be.
There's some merit in that.
Yeah, and of course you go to the natural, fight or flight reaction is you don't have to be the fastest person in the world. You just have to be the fastest of at least top 2 of the 3. Exactly. And I knew I at least had
him.
I at least had one. I knew I at least had one. So I was like, you know what? I think you might be onto something. So we just the whole time this creature person thing. Still booking it back and forth, and then walking, booking. It's again 3:00 in the morning. A weird time for this.
Yeah, that's strange.
Should we have been out doing what we were doing? No. Should anybody be doing that? No, that's not.
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter what time.
So we dead sprint, go back to the house. We ran a majority of the trek back, and we're still pretty hyped up. We're like, did we see a vampire? What was that? Or is this some sort of weird cult thing? What's going on out there? That's weird. So the next morning we're having breakfast, and my buddy, whose house it was, he doesn't care who knows what we did anyways. His parents already knew we were toilet papering. Oh, okay. But he's like, hey, and the parents know the neighborhood. He's like, there's somebody out there running with a cape on. What's up with?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, that kid, he has disabilities. So it was just part of his routine. It wasn't a we were terrified we were going to get murdered in the middle of the night.
But he's got a cape on.
He was probably terrified that three seemingly grown men dressed heads on like that
come sprinting out of the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting all triggered by the movement and the guys in black that he's going up and back and up.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, so we were the.
But he had a cape on.
Yeah. He may have felt okay.
Yeah. No, nobody felt okay. But I will be honest. I was when it was just me alone in that cornfield. I didn't know what the right answer was.
Yeah.
I was frozen in fear.
Yeah, I was going to
nowhere to
say
turn.
If I were in the cornfield, it's 3:00 or so, and you see this figure oddly in a cape, no less.
Occasionally dead sprinting. That was the weird part for me.
That is weird.
That's what made me think this is otherworldly.
Yeah, but it's just a natural.
It was just part of his routine, and we were the jerks.
We were the jerks.
Just dead sprinting, coming out of the night dead springing past him in all black. He probably thought some sort of weird ninjas going on. He probably went in and told his parents that ninjas were attacking, and they're probably like, "Nah, go to bed."
There's no ninjas.
And meanwhile, we're telling my buddy's parents, "Hey, what's up with the vampire?"
Yeah, this guy.
We were the crazy ones.
I like you guys were working on trying to get snakes.
It was the Men in Black.
The Men in Black. Yeah, he thought,
what's going on out there?
That's awesome.
I saw 3 shadow people.
Yeah. Shadowy figures, Mom. They sprinting by the house. Meanwhile, we're like, we saw a vampire.
We saw a vampire.
He's just telling people he thinks he actually saw. We invented this whole backstory.
That's true. Yeah,
where he had just risen from his crypt, and he's gonna suck our blood.
Looking for victims.
Waiting for someone to come out of the corner.
Of course.
You summoned them.
Oh, man.
That's awesome.
But other than that,
that's a great story.
It is. It's a fun story. It was a fun night.
That's
looking
awesome.
back on it. But scary at the time.
Great story.
It's
definitely scary at the time. Like I said, frozen in fear.
At that time.
Yeah. Scary at the time.
I can understand.
It would be.
Funny pretty quick, especially once. And to tie a bow on the story, the next day, that buddy went and cleaned up all the toilet paper.
Oh,
man. Well, I mean, after telling his girlfriend.
After he tells her we're so funny.
The egging part did not go over well.
Yeah.
This probably didn't.
I'm sure. The only time I ever toilet papered anybody is they were having a party in the backyard. I didn't even know the kid. He lived in the neighborhood of a friend of mine, and for whatever reason, I think he had toilet papered his house, so they were getting back as revenge.
Oh,
and we're out there in the front yard just checking toilet paper in the trees while they're in the backyard having a party.
I will say, I never toilet papered again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We had been serial toilet papers up until that point.
Yeah.
But that was I said, this is my last one, guys. I'm out.
My brother toilet papered once and was threatened with death by my mom.
Yeah.
Oh, by your mom. By my mom.
Are you prepared to die? Were her words.
I think I was a little bit worried next time I'd run into like Frankenstein or a mummy.
Sure.
Like a swamp monster.
Monster.
I didn't know what I was in for, but I wasn't. I was out. Like, you guys, you gotta stay away from
werewolf.
Yeah. Mothman, something crazy.
Mothman.
Hey, guys, we gotta.
Standing there.
I'm out of the. I said, this isn't for me, boys. I'm out of the toilet paper game.
Hanging up my 2-ply.
Yeah, hanging it up.
The What You're Gonna Want to Do podcast is brought to you by this fall's newest TV series. This is the most original show to hit the airwaves in years. It's a detective, cop, courtroom, fire and rescue, emergency room, crime scene investigation, cooking show, drama, and sitcom. It's chock full of your all-time favorite TV characters from yesteryear. Columbo will be played by Rosie O'Donnell. Cagney and Lacey will be played by Woody Harrelson and Ted Danson. The role of Alice Nelson, the Brady Bunch, made by Danny DeVito. Marcus Welby, MD, is Pink. For Perry Mason, how about Katy Perry? Ricky Schroeder will be playing Tootie. And finally, RuPaul is Sam Beckett. Oof. Be sure to tune in Tuesdays this fall for the new original series, I Love Lucy.
The new original series.
Maybe they're just out of ideas.
Last week we started our first series in the book of Hebrews, chapter 11. And we're going to continue that. Last week, if you haven't seen it, go back, watch it. We go through the whole chapter, and then the first 2 verses of chapter 12. And now we're going to go back through them and kind of discuss them, get deeper into each one. So we're starting off Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. I was thinking about this as I was studying and reading for it. And what comes to my mind when I read this is, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen, is that, you're hoping for something and you're assured of it. Okay? And it's like a ticket. You buy a ticket, whether it's to go on a plane, a train, a boat, go to see a show, or a concert or whatever, but you have that ticket, and that, once you have that, it's, you have that assurance that you're going to get to, get on this, form of transportation or see this event that you've been wanting to see. And it just makes me think of that because, once you have that, you're not guaranteed, something could happen that would derail it, but you have that faith that it's going to happen. Okay. And so that's a metaphor or whatever I think for it is, you've got your ticket for it, and what we have the ticket for is,
to ride.
Yeah, ticket to ride.
Ticket to ride.
But we do care.
Yeah, the glory train.
Yeah, there it is. We landed the plane.
Yeah. but that's, as I was studying, thinking about it, that's what kind of came to mind for me. You have anything you want to, do you have anything on this verse that, you want to bring out or anything?
No. I think you did a good job.
Yeah, I think, I think that's really good.
First part I kind of got a little wordy, but for by it the people of old received their commendation. And of course that is faith, and that's, as we go through the people in the Bible, you're going to see that, it's faith is what God saw in them, that they had faith, and that's how they received their commendation. By faith we understand that the universe was created by the word of God, so that what is seen was not made out of things that are visible. One thing that I've always thought with this particular verse is, like, when Paul wrote this, it was before we knew, before man knew that everything was made out of, atoms and, these tiny things that you cannot see with the naked eye. And yet he was inspired by God, to pen this. And I know obviously he's talking about it was created by the word of God itself, but there can be more than one meaning in things, and often there is. And that's always jumped out at me, the science that's in here that you wouldn't necessarily even think of, as you're just glancing through it or whatever. But the fact that everything that we see is made out of such tiny, minute things that we can't even see. And it's just mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good.
Yeah. The complexity within it, it's just astounds me from a faith perspective, because it's the God's divine design and order in it.
Yeah.
Oftentimes anytime.
Yeah.
Can you the argument against atheism is that these things don't generate in and of themselves.
Right.
Nothing begets nothing.
Right.
You can't have nothing and then out sprouts some sort of building block for life to develop, because you still have to get to, even if it's the simplest things, it has to be given its existence, and there's just no way.
Yeah.
In science, I think we've all seen stories, and I maybe jot down a few notes for next time to bring in about things that I've read where science is actually further justifying the Bible.
Yeah.
But the argument against belief, or the argument against Christianity in this case, is that they don't believe it because but they have they struggle with explanations as to how something can start from nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was something I saw on some scientist trying to develop a simple cell. Just one simple cell.
Yeah.
Just not even remotely close. Had the hubris he's saying to the press, or saying to his students that might have been in a university, or that, I'll do this within, so much time.
Yeah. No way.
Not even remotely close. No. Not even just one aspect. And this is just cells, right?
Yeah.
They single cell.
Yeah.
It just amazes me that
the simplest of organisms. Yeah.
How complex it is, and
there's
that design. To me, it makes sense that somebody outside of it starts it, right? I mean, that would make a logical sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you wouldn't start out of nothing.
Even this guy is trying to be God and create, something. So, I mean, there has to be a creator,
Yeah.
And that's
good point. That's a great point.
Because they're not just, throwing the stuff in a vacuum and letting it form itself.
Just letting it. How do things? It just doesn't make sense. Building blocks of existence, or reality even, there has to be something out of nothing. You keep going back to that. It has to be something generated out of nothing.
Yeah.
And the very act of what nothing is nothing.
Right.
So something can't come out of nothing unless something is outside of that time and space. And so I'm speaking.
Yeah.
That's why I think an amazing thing to keep.
And that all comes back to faith. I mean, that's the reason we're able to believe that God did what he said he did.
And the assurance of things.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes. And
that's awesome. Yeah, Caleb was pointing that out.
And I would argue that, like, atheists, they have faith as well. Yeah. They're just putting it in the wrong,
absolutely,
in the wrong thing.
I absolutely agree.
They're so sure that there was nothing, and it created, formed everything.
It had to form everything. Out of it. Because science is nowhere near that.
Yeah.
It's all completely theories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like you can take whatever science has accumulated up to this point in our humanity, but you still have this wide chasm that you're going to have to, the atheists would have to leap and believe one of these various or all these theories.
Yeah.
You have to have even faith to think that.
Yeah, and for me, that would take more faith than what I'm capable of.
Absolutely.
It's so much easier to
I would argue the same.
Okay, there's this awesome creator who did everything that he said he did in the Bible. He formed all of it, just like he said he did. That's so much for me, I mean, I don't know if easier is the right word, but it's, I have no problem believing that God did what he said he did.
Yeah. Yeah. But if they can dismiss that, then they can dismiss
dismiss God, and they don't have to. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Did God really say? As we always go back to.
I can't remember, and I'm not going to attempt to quote it directly. I can't remember if it's Richard Dawkins or Hawkins.
Stephen
Hawkins. Hawkins? Is there an S? I don't know.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But one of them in one of their books talks about, the start of life and everything, and says something about how it smacks, like the way they've researched it smacks of divinity. So the goal of modern science is to disprove that. Basically, in that sort of, maybe not exactly like that. Mm-hmm. They just use the term smacks of divinity, but I can't remember the right wording around that. But basically, that's
what they're trying to disprove. Yeah, instead of just saying, well, okay, that's what it is, which, I mean, scientists of old, believed in God and believed that,
Well, even I'm pretty sure that the person who came up with the Big Bang Theory was actually like a monk or something like that.
Yeah.
Or a Catholic priest or something like that. Because that's where science started, was the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ironically enough, yeah. It starts in the church.
When you worship the author of life and the inventor of science.
Right. You want to see how he did the things that...
science is just the study of trying to figure out how God made things work the way they were.
Right.
But people don't want to accept that as the...
Because they don't have faith. Mm-hmm. You got to have faith.
Or conviction of things that are not seen.
That's right.
Good job. It wraps it right back in. Made out of what was...
It's what the ancients were commended for.
That is what they were commended for.
What is seen was not made out of what was visible.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And I think next week we'll start getting into the Hall of Faith and going through the individuals and talking about giving a little behind the scenes of their stories, each of their stories as we go through it.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to dive into it a little bit more.
Nice.
Hope we can.
So nice. Hope we can.
He's not in there. Well,
he's mentioned
not
in
the faith part.
That's right.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
All
right, but that's
we'll find yourself or find it Ianaki.
Oh, man. Well, and you know what? I think yours felt the least forced, if I'm being honest.
It felt natural.
It seems it's the way you talk.
Normally, yeah. I always stumble and bumble about when I talk.
I know you're always going to come up with something, Scott.
Oh boy!
I just felt outside, and I wanted to also throw in my little.
That's fair.
Appreciate it.
That's fair. It's not good, but it is fair.
It is fair. Have faith, people.
Yes. And please, if anybody has, as always, any comments or any questions for any of us.
We have an email that's in the link. We have a Twitter account, which is in the link.
Nobody has a Twitter account. X.
We don't have a Twitter. We have an X account.
Yep.
And just remember, like the great theologian said, you gotta have faith. Hey, anyone who can't decide who to vote for in the upcoming election, you have two options, me or my opponent. I'd like to talk about Frank Shirley, who refuses to debate with me. What is this? I want him brought from his happy slumber over there on Melody Lane with all the other rich people, and I want him brought right here with a big ribbon on his head, and I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no good, rotten, floor-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, beepless, hopeless, heartless, beep-beep, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey doo-doo he is. Hallelujah. Holy crap. Where's the Tylenol? Vote for me. I approve of this message. Now time for the news segment. Is that what it is? Scott news.
Oh,
this
hi.
Day in
this
history.
day in October 24th.
Yes.
The year of our Lord.
October 24th.
What do we got here today? Hey.
What do we got?
You got some births for us?
I got some births.
Famous births.
How about Canadian rapper
Ooh.
Drake?
Oh, we've talked about Drake on this podcast before.
Ugh.
Caleb has some pretty hot takes on Drake.
I think a lot of people got hot takes
Yeah,
on Drake.
I think there's a lot of hot
I think
takes
there's
for
a lot to take, but he has a girl's name, and he's from Canada, and he was in a children's soap opera. So you tell me how gangster that sounds. That's all I'm saying. That's all the things. And that's not even the hottest take you can take on Drake. It's a pretty light take on Drake, if you're asking me.
We've got a special birthday today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you may know him. Actually, you both. Well, me as well, but you guys more closer, you know. And that's Silas Clark.
Oh, the producer.
There he is over there.
Birthday.
Some of them call him the Drake of Ohio.
No.
What? Whoa. Controversy started.
I prefer to not be the Drake of Ohio.
Did he?
Ooh, no.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
He's just an afterthought at this point.
Well, congratulations.
19 years old.
Unbelievable.
Did you know in Vietnam the average age was 19?
No, 19.
No, 19. In Vietnam. Sorry. I can't help it. Every time I hear that, that's what I
It
think.
makes you, it compels you almost.
Yeah.
But 19, he's a young man.
Yeah.
They say.
This is it for the teens. You don't get another
That's true.
teen
Yeah.
More teens.
unless you make it to your hundreds.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
Yeah.
And with modern technology, who knows?
It could happen for him.
Yeah.
Oh,
When he turns 113, he can go back and watch this podcast of us.
And laugh in our stupid dead
I
faces.
remember those guys.
I remember those guys. They died long time ago. Of course, he won't have internet because society will be in crumbles.
Oh,
And
yeah.
True. It'll be that.
He'll be eating cats and dogs.
Yeah,
For,
It'd be
for
a-
real.
It'd be a dystopian future.
pretty much.
That sounds pretty good.
The tribal mentality
So
will
much
take
to
back
look
over.
forward to.
And your hunter and gatherer instinct will have to kick back in because civilization will be in shambles.
Real quick, couple of.
Red Dawn.
We're going to go to the other side, the backside of birth, which is death.
Oh, okay. You've lost me for a minute, but then you got me right back.
I didn't want to keep you out there too long.
I didn't know what the backside
How
of birth
about Gene Roddenberry passed today?
famous?
The creator of Star Trek.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be
And
more of a Star Wars guy.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be offended.
I apologize. He actually
Lost in
lists him as
space.
an American writer and producer, but to most people, he was the
Star Trek guy.
Star Trek fellow.
Buck Rogers kind
Oh, that's not even right. That was a terrible show. Even then I thought it was terrible. My brother and I are like, what? This is terrible.
More of a Buck Rogers guy?
I'm sorry.
That Twiggy thing and it was Gil Gerard and his
He didn't die, did he?
No, he didn't. Hey, how about Jackie Robinson?
Oh, man. You know how many times I've read his
You should have
biography?
known.
There you go.
Every other year for a while.
You should have known.
Yeah, you could have brought us in on
Darn
that.
it, I'm sorry.
And I'll give you
He
one
was
more.
fairly young when he passed, though, too, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Gone too soon. Yeah, I always say that.
Yeah. Another, an actress, I like her a lot. She was in The Quiet Man with John Wayne. A lot of movies. Maureen O'Hara. Redhead, very pretty lady. She's been several of the old, Golden Age Hollywood movies, that kind of thing. I'll leave it there.
All right,
But
good stuff.
by far, the biggest bullet point is this young man's
That's right.
birthday.
Producer, director, music maker.
Music maker. What else is he? He's a Renaissance
dancer.
man.
He's had his own YouTube channel.
He's saying he's not a dancer.
But he danced in the.
I would argue.
have him on camera.
I would argue he is a dancer. Some controversial stuff on that YouTube channel, so we're not going to name it on here. Some hot takes politically.
Ooh, yeah.
He doesn't like to claim, but
Okay.
He started off with political stuff.
Oh, that's
out
right.
the gate.
It's the very first thing.
That's right.
Bam.
He calls it satire, but what is satire if not political?
Some would argue the most political.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, maybe potentially the oldest form.
And if you
of
live in
political.
California, you can't even do that anymore.
That's right. You go to jail.
That's right.
Oh boy.
We got some oddities for today. Or the
Oddities, all right.
oddity thing.
The Odyssey. Homer.
What I have is
I know a thing about books.
That's awesome. He got it.
I didn't read it.
the top Halloween costumes
Oh.
by year.
Hey, that's fun.
Starting with, I figured the first year that we were born, well, I was born after Halloween. You would have been so tiny. There's no way your mom was taking you out trick-or-treating.
How many years in a row is it just ghosts?
About 2 months. I was born. I wouldn't have had wouldn't have been out then.
Probably like 75.
We're starting in 1968.
Are we going 68?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's hilarious that you said that. 1968.
Ghosts.
Casper, the friendly ghost.
Hey, Casper, boy.
But
He's a friendly ghost.
Oh, yeah.
friendly ghost.
I remember that was
And honestly,
there was a
I
movie.
don't see another ghost.
Yeah, the
on
movie.
here.
You love that was a good
Oh,
movie, yeah.
I thought you were going to tell me I loved it, which I did.
Well, that's what I mean.
I did
it was
love
a
it.
good movie, but I said
was
you,
right in my time.
You liked it.
I did. I was a big fan.
Oh, yeah. Casper's cool. Yeah.
And the Wendy girl was cute, so it had me.
Yeah, Wendy.
She went on to play a witch in some other movie.
Oh.
Sleepy Hollow? That's
Was
not the
she?
same.
Was
She
it?
wasn't Sleepy Hollow, though.
Oh, really? That's a good movie.
This might be true.
Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
Well, that's her. Yeah.
Yeah. She played a witch, though, in something, right?
Yeah. She
she a
was,
witch in Sleepy Hollow?
she was the
Or were they all
love
witches?
interest of
Johnny
Depp's
Depp.
character. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Hollow. That's not.
I don't know what I guess what
Ichabod
village-
Crane.
Yeah, Ichabod's
God, Crane.
lady friend.
1969.
Is it?
Jimi Hendrix.
No, but it is a rock and roll.
Rick
star.
Springfield. It's the summer.
No, it's Brian Adams.
Brian Adams.
That'd be weird.
But it was somebody from
Yeah.
rock and roll,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Mick Jagger.
No,
No, older than that?
older than those guys.
Oh, Elvis.
It was Elvis.
Oh,
In
He
69.
had, he had his
Did he
big
die?
69 comeback that
oh,
year.
was that the special he did?
Yep.
On TV, and
Yeah.
he made his that makes sense now.
I remember it well. I think I dressed as Elvis.
Did you?
You were
It was
10.
too. 1970.
And Grandma was more of a Beatles.
Yeah.
Oddly enough,
The Beatles.
the Beatles. 1970.
Really?
Just another time that
Good
Elvis
job.
lost
He
his
lost
throne.
to the Beatles.
the throne.
He lost it on the throne too.
Oh, that's true.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
That was good though.
Wow. It was good. It was good.
All right, moving on to 1971.
71. Oh, astronauts.
No.
That was a good guess.
When did we land on the moon?
He's really throwing a lot.
See, I told you. He didn't think it was going to come into play.
There it goes.
Everybody high five. Yeah.
I like it.
High fiving that we.
No, the telescope.
It's relevant with the telescope.
Big picture.
I got
Nice.
That's what he saved it for. No, 71 was
when did we
character was from a movie that would have been out around.
then. Like a film that they recorded in Hollywood that they staged.
Leatherface.
So we still talking astronauts?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Children's
Of the
movie.
Oh, a children's movie in what year?
71.
Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka.
Ooh,
all right, Scott.
Was it Willy Wonka or was it the Oompa Loompas?
It says Willy Wonka.
Or was it Grandpa Joe?
70...
It was Charlie's mom.
It was definitely.
Cheer up, Charlie. A scene that could have been cut from the movie.
Oh.
Cheer up, Charlie.
Yeah, you didn't care for that.
Did
that
you?
number.
I don't mean to take away from this, but did you realize that that movie was a musical?
Yeah. After.
Yeah.
After I grew up.
Yeah, like, would you say 20 plus years?
Yeah.
Close to 30, maybe?
I would say maybe this.
Would you say... Yeah, Yeah, it's been this calendar year when I figured it out.
Yeah.
I did not know.
I mean, I didn't at the time at all.
They snuck it.
Yeah, they did a
it in
really
there.
good... Well, they did a
good
great
job.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt natural.
Yes, it
Maybe
is.
the most natural of any musical I've seen.
I really...
Other than Cats. I've never seen Cats.
Other than Cats.
Which just felt normal.
Sure.
Or white.
All the time I see Cats singing.
Anthropomorphic cats, yeah.
Yeah, nothing weird about that.
Moving on to 72.
Oh.
Another movie.
Another movie.
Oh, this?
Not a children's movie.
Oh, scary movie? 72, this is Halloween.
Not really a scary movie. No.
I don't know when these movies
That's a
come
little
out.
later in the
Psycho.
70s.
Here, Ted Bundy.
No.
Oh.
Not a horror movie.
Oh, it's not a...
Oh,
Okay.
it's the movie.
It's a drama, though.
A drama? Annie, get your gun.
The Godfather.
The Godfather.
Really?
Yes.
I was just joking.
What?
That was a costume?
Yeah.
The most
wow.
popular.
The most. That's according to this article that I found.
Well,
Wow.
Here's why though.
Kids
what do you
suspect.
We're
You
grew
just
up
get it.
quicker than I thought then.
do? You put on your Easter suit. That's why. All you gotta do is put on your Easter suit.
Oh, yeah.
that
Mom-
way,
Mom
that
said,
moms were thinking, hey.
Mom said, you know what? Be the
72, the economy wasn't that good.
they said, hey,
bringing out the
Mom,
Easter
what should I be for Halloween?
Easter suit.
The Godfather. What's your Easter suit? This is the way we need to start walking. See, and we walk it back. The Casper thing. That's a sheet. You didn't have masks.
That's
back
true. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We had masks back then.
Then. Not creepy, weird masks. You guys had creepy masks. This is before they figured masks out.
We had the creepy plastic masks.
That's what I'm saying. They looked like death.
I mean, because
And
this is like...
they weren't trying to make them look like
This
death.
is like when we're in like kindergarten, first grade, and you wear your costume to school.
That's
and
true. When we had...
You've seen those pictures where all the kids got those masks on.
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah. Teachers probably just went
73.
home and cried.
Especially if you've got a room full of Godfathers standing.
73. I'm sure this was one of those masks. It's a TV show. It's from a TV show. A character from a TV show. And then this is a female.
Oh. Lola Bunny. She probably shouldn't have come along till I was a kid.
Yeah.
Lucy.
No.
Angie Dickinson. Policewoman.
No.
Magnum P.I.
No. Think like a family show.
Matlock.
Think of a family Matlock.
Everybody. Andy Griffith.
No.
Oh.
Happy the Fonz.
Think of a family show with
Dick Van Dyke.
with the family in it.
Oh. Fonz? Oh, no.
No.
Not the Happy Days.
Not Happy Days. Before Happy Days.
Laverne and Shirley. That was a spinoff.
That was kids.
A kid show? Leave It to Beaver.
Had kids in it.
Had kids in it. 8 is enough.
No. It was before that.
Before 8 is enough?
It's the
7.
story of
Seven's
a lovely
plenty.
lady.
The bunch of Brady.
Yep. The Brady Bunch.
You think that was a mask? I think you were just wearing 70s clothes.
I bet they had a mask.
I bet there was, but people weren't wearing the mask because they didn't have the mask money. Think about this.
Which one do you think it was? Was the most popular?
That's true. I don't
Greg.
know.
No, it was a girl.
Really?
Mom.
Yeah.
Alice.
Marcia?
No.
Really?
Jan.
Yeah. Jan.
Jan?
Yeah. That's hard to believe.
That's star that year, huh?
Apparently. Marcia.
Yeah, I would have thought Marcia would be.
Jan.
This one
Belongs to the road.
They must have had a movie this year of this. It's a
Smokey and the Bandit.
classic literature thing.
Beowulf. the Canterbury Tales.
Beowulf.
But I don't. I never read it or saw the movie or whatever.
Canterbury
it was, so
Tales.
I remember not reading that for school.
It's from The Great Gatsby.
Tales.
The Great Gatsby?
Yeah, okay.
Is it Mr. Gatsby himself?
Female.
Oh, Lady Gatsby. The Lady Gatsby. I've never read. I don't even know.
The Flapper?
Daisy Buchanan.
Oh,
Yeah.
the heroine of the story.
That's
if
true.
I recall.
Yeah.
75.
75, Jaws.
Did you just crush it?
Yes.
Crushed it. Amazing.
Well, I knew when the Jaws was released.
He gets it.
Nice.
I mean,
I don't know how you do a
you
costume.
let the fat one over the middle, and Scott said, "I'm taking it, yard."
How do you do a
76.
costume with that?
Another movie.
76. Oh, it was The Music Man.
Oh, I thought you were going to get it.
It was the trombones.
Yeah, 76 trombone.
Because you've seen...
That's great. Because
you've
of
seen,
the
like, all these movies.
Star Wars.
No.
76.
Not the Lord of the Rings. Planet of the Apes?
No.
Oh,
76 though.
I have seen all the Planet of the Apes movies. That is
76.
a commitment. What?
Before Star Wars.
Yeah.
I've seen movies before Star Wars, and it's not Planet of the Apes.
Right.
And you said all these movies, which means Rocky.
Closer. Oh! Nice!
Rocky Balboa.
Rocky. Great movie.
77.
If eyes can change.
It's got to be Star Wars.
Okay, but what character?
Ooh. Darth
Chewie.
Vader.
Chewie.
No.
No?
Couldn't be an Ewok. Leia.
Yep.
Huh.
Was it?
Princess Leia.
Really?
I figured that would be the second Star Wars.
78.
Well, Alien was out.
It wasn't.
Close Encounters.
No. It is a movie.
It's a ghost again.
It's a ghost again.
It's not
It's
gonna,
another Halloween.
It's not going to
Do you
make you
think
happy.
maybe they picked the second one a lot because Ghost was
Yeah.
number one for like all of them?
Possibly.
This feels like, except for they like, okay, we'll go.
I can tell
one
you,
year we'll go cast.
so far,
Halloween came out in 78.
I've not been any of these characters.
No, I haven't.
because you were.
I've got a picture of me in a costume, and
Oh,
we'll
cool.
put it up on the screen.
Every year they flipped a coin. It was a ghost or homeless.
Or homeless.
This guy's all right.
Sometimes you couldn't tell between the two. He's a homeless
This
ghost.
year it was a homeless ghost.
I was a baseball player
Oh, okay.
with a dirty face, with like Dad rubbed charcoal on my face.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, just
Not
as
good.
you do. My brother was a football player, and in the picture, my cousin, who, since I didn't ask his permission, I won't. But he has on one of those masks, so you would not, you never know who it was.
Oh, wow.
But he's one of
ghost.
the members of Kiss.
Oh.
Is that what this is?
No, this is from a movie.
ABBA.
No,
Ab.
no, but you're in the
Okay,
right
ABBA.
genre.
Olivia Newton-John.
Disco.
No.
John Travolta.
Good
His
job.
character from
Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever.
Good
Tony
job.
Manero. Tony Danza.
Tony. Tony Danza.
For 3 years in a row, the leading costume, Tony Danza.
For 3 years in a row.
Taxi, who's the boss?
Get the trash picking,
The garbage picking, cargo picking, Philadelphia phenomenon.
Philadelphia phenomenon.
79.
79.
This is it. This
Another
is
movie.
The year. Jason
79.
Voorhees.
You're our pop culture guy, Scott.
Alien.
Yeah.
Predator.
Kramer versus Kramer.
This.
Dustin
How
Hoffman.
did you know?
Is it, no,
How did you know?
it's 12 Angry Men.
12 Angry Men.
This is the year Casablanca got big again.
It came back.
This is a classic
Oh, it's a
superhero.
Oh, Superman.
Yes.
Good job. Good job, Gale.
I just yelled it louder. I didn't try.
1980.
right.
We're back to TV.
Oh, TV, and we're talking 80s.
1980.
Real American Hero.
1980.
Yeah. Look.
And this is a female character.
Oh.
And
Mary Tyler Moore.
There's no way in the world you'd allow one of your daughters to go out dressed like this.
Oh. It's Lucille Ball. Well, unlike most people, I don't.
Lucille Ball.
Charlie's Angels.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That
that's
was
pretty good.
Daisy Duke.
Daisy Duke.
Good job.
Well, I was
Man,
thinking-
you're awesome.
Who dressed as inappropriately? And those were the ones. Those were the four that came to mind.
That's true.
1981.
Oh, 81. I remember it fondly. I don't, because I wasn't born.
Oh.
Yeah, rattle that ice real good.
1981. Can you give us a hint?
Another movie.
Another movie.
Okay,
Adventure.
It's an adventure movie.
Oh, Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
I was gonna go Robinson Crusoe.
82.
82. It's Indiana Jones again.
Classic musical.
Oh,
Classic musical. It's Grease.
Yeah.
Grease. Yeah, no. Oh.
I think Grease was in the 70s.
Yeah, that's true. But
Hairspray.
it's close. It's late. Huh?
No.
Rent.
Rent.
No.
Rent.
Mamma Mia. It's out
It's a
of
female.
Oh, Xanadu.
No.
Oh, Olivia Newton-John.
A classic.
No.
A classic,
Classic
musical.
Classic musical.
Oh.
I mean, I'm talking like play even.
Oh,
But
Oh.
they made a movie of
Oh, the West Side Story.
Annie.
oh, Annie.
Annie, get your gun. I
Doggone
already said that.
Nope.
Earlier.
I already said that.
Wrong Annie.
Yeah, that's the other Annie.
1983. We're back to a
Okay, 80.
TV show again.
pop star this
Pop
time.
star.
pop
Oh,
star.
it's Madonna.
It is Madonna.
Good job. You called that. You knew
Who
it.
was the only pop star most of the 80s?
Yeah, unfortunately.
84.
84. It's Madonna again.
Think of
ABBA made the comeback that year.
no.
But again.
Think of Stranger Things.
Oh, no, yeah.
Oh. A Demogorgon.
Cork.
Hopper.
No.
Hopper.
11? This is crazy. Could it have been
It's
11?
not.
Dungeons and Dragons.
No.
No.
Just Dragons.
I'm pretty sure.
Just
that-
Dragons. Well,
I'm
then
pretty
just
sure
Dragons.
Silas,
Just Dungeons.
can you help us out here?
No.
Stranger Things. What do they dress up like for? On Halloween?
Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Oh, good job. Good
That
job.
was
Good
not
Ghostbusters.
helpful. That was hurtful.
How was that hurtful?
That didn't help us get there. Did we get the answer right, Scott?
No. It took a while.
Yeah.
Took a while.
85. It's another
85.
movie.
It's
No.
Ghostbusters
85,
2.
another movie.
No.
Oh.
Star Wars. The sequel again? Or
It's
one
the-
of the sequel? I don't know.
It's the prequels.
Silas dressed up like this character one year.
Hey, Si.
Oh, Mary Tyler Moore.
It's from a movie.
From a movie, 9 to 5, Dolly Parton.
Is this from the, is this Pretty Woman?
This is Pretty Woman. This is Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman.
It is in fact Pretty Woman.
It is?
No.
Oh, I thought that's a
But he was
little early
He was
yet.
Richard
Gere.
Gere's character.
No.
It's Richard Gere.
He just wore a suit. He used to get
It's a
through
movie from 85.
Oh, from
85.
85.
Oh, it is 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton.
It's not 80.
85, Little Shop of Horrors with Rick Moranis.
Can you think of any movie characters you
That's
dressed
it.
up like
It's
for
gotta be
Halloween?
Feed me, Seymour. He was the plant from Little Shop of Horrors.
It's the plant. It's gotta be. People love that thing.
Yeah. People love the plant from Little Shop of Horrors.
They love that thing.
What a great costume.
All the kids are dressing up like that.
That's right.
Nigga.
Definitely not Marty McFly.
Oh.
86. I'm just going to give you this because I don't know. I think it's a cartoon.
Doc.
86 is...
Hey, 85 we've forgotten, didn't we?
That was Marty McFly.
Oh, it was Marty McFly. Okay.
86.
Into a time machine.
Exactly. I can't believe you didn't get that. 86 was Jen and the Holograms.
Wow, not that Saturday. Good debacle.
87.
87.
The movie.
Oh.
And
Animal Farm.
Animal Farm. Animal Farm.
Sci-fi.
Okay,
Star Wars
sci-fi. It's
again.
got to be aliens.
No.
Has to be...
RoboCop.
Oh, RoboCop. Yeah, that was right.
88
RoboCop.
is a cartoon.
It's ABBA again.
It's after the cartoon.
Close.
Close.
Oh.
Kiss.
No.
Kiss was a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's Animal.
Scooby-Doo.
Animal.
And
From the
Scrappy
Muppets.
Doo.
Muppet Babies.
Feline.
Oh.
Heathcliff.
Snagglepuss.
No.
Garfield.
The door's open. Sorry, man.
I love it.
Murgatroyd.
That's the greatest.
Snagglepuss.
That is great.
Underappreciated.
Snagglepuss. Yeah, absolutely.
89.
Snagglepuss.
No.
I even.
Top Cat.
It's.
Top Cat.
I think.
Whitesnake?
I think the movie came out this year. It's
Whitesnake.
It's another. Back to Whitesnake. No Whitesnake.
Here we go again.
Superhero.
Oh, Batman.
Batman.
Oh, well, that's right. Yeah.
19
I was born.
1990.
1990.
Now we're in the 90s.
All right.
Also superheroes.
Superheroes.
The X-Men.
It's got to be.
No.
No?
Fantastic
That
Four.
was.
No, but there's 4 of them.
Musketeers.
Unless you're counting the rat that trained them.
Oh, the
Ninja
Turtles.
Turtles.
Good job.
Rat that
I thought
trained
you had
them.
the X-Men. I thought that was it.
And if X-Men felt right,
91.
it is the X-Men.
It was a movie, but it was from a
A
TV
bygone
show.
era. No.
Oh, my God.
It was
Oh, it was
movie
from a TV show. Okay.
They
Yeah.
were doing that then?
Yep.
Movie from a TV show.
Oh.
And they
X-Files.
still do stuff with this.
91?
They still do stuff with this
No,
even
that's
now.
not that.
There's like a series
Okay,
that's
that
on
doesn't
now
help.
that's like
Everything's a series.
darker
Oh.
than because it
Star
was like
Trek.
a comedy.
Start.
No, it was a family.
Oh.
The Peanuts.
The family?
The Addams Family.
The Addams Family.
Good job, man.
He snapped.
He's the
The Munsters.
monsters.
92 is a villain from a movie.
Scarface.
No. From a superhero movie.
Oh, Lex Luthor.
No.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Joker.
I would argue probably one of our favorite villains from movies.
Oh.
Oh. You've always been a big Hitler guy.
No.
Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom.
The guy who shot JFK.
The guy.
Halle Berry played him.
Catwoman.
Well, yeah.
Catman. Catwoman.
Catwoman.
I'm a big fan of it.
93
93.
was another movie.
Just Halle Berry. The Flintstones.
No.
The Flintstones.
No, but
93.
No, bud.
no, it's not Flintstones.
Gumby.
But I'm gonna.
You didn't
I'm
know
gonna.
Gumby. It's Gumby. Gotta be.
It is a dinosaur
Barney.
from Jurassic Park.
Oh, Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or just it
Well, I
just
don't-
says dinosaur.
I don't know what. Barney. He was a dinosaur.
Yes, from your imagination.
Much like real dinosaurs, am I right, Scott?
Right.
Dragons.
Hot take.
94.
Literally, because of fire.
94.
94. Hot Wheels.
No.
Ooh.
G.I. Joe.
No. Cartoon movie.
Oh. Cartoon movie.
Musical. I was close.
Cartoon movie musical. So this is Disney, Pocahontas.
Nope.
Oh.
This has been...
I can attest that was never a popular Halloween costume.
Oh. No.
No. Pretty big. I think we've actually talked about this one before on here.
Is it a Disney one?
No, but Elton John.
Oh.
The Lion King.
Yes.
That is a Disney movie.
What did I say?
He
You asked
said
if it was
no.
a Disney movie?
Yeah, he said
I'm
no.
sorry.
Oh, man.
I was not answering you.
I was not answering you.
Well, I don't know about you, but I can't feel the love tonight.
I'm answering the voices in my head.
95.
95.
Give us a hint.
Sci-fi
Okay.
Jabba.
movie.
Abba.
A
Sci-fi movie.
Star Wars again.
No.
Oh, that's close.
Close. Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah,
Star
that's
Trek.
gotta be close. Star Trek. Good
95.
job.
Yep.
All right. Good
Okay.
job. Got
96.
Star Wars. They said
Movie.
forget about it.
And it was
Scarface.
a scary movie.
Oh, it was a scary
Jason
one.
Or
Scream.
that, and
Halloween.
that. Scream.
Oh, the Scream mask. I remember that.
Yeah.
97.
97.
We're back to the music
Will
genre
Smith.
again.
Okay.
It was Prince.
No,
Ooh, that's a
97.
good one. 97.
Michael Jackson.
It's females.
Madonna again? Oh, TLC. No. Destiny's Child.
No.
Yeah.
Females?
Yeah.
Salt and
Whitney
Pepper.
Houston.
No.
Jodie Watley.
This is it's Bonnie Raitt.
I'm pretty sure they were British. Everyone dressed like Spice Girls. Everyone dressing like Bonnie Raitt.
Bonnie Raitt. That was the awesomest. Bonnie Raitt.
In
It was
97?
completely
Is that what it
that.
was?
Yep.
Bonnie Raitt, 90. Huge in 97. Took off.
Every girl wanted to be Bonnie
They
Raitt.
did.
want to be
They had
Bonnie
that
Raitt.
grace.
There was, I get,
98.
you know what? You're making this podcast for the girl in 97 who said, Mom,
There it is.
I don't want to be a
wanna-
Spice Girl.
I want
I want to be
Bonnie.
Bonnie Raitt.
Raitt.
This podcast is for you.
Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah.
Mom.
The Spice Girls are so played out.
I'll give them.
Yeah.
You know who stands
I'll
the
give
test
them
of
something
time?
to talk about.
Did you hear him?
You know who stands the test? You know who will
That's
look back
Bonnie
and say, you know who's a talented female recording artist? That Bonnie Raitt.
That Bonnie Raitt.
Multi-Grammy Award winner.
Yeah.
98.
98. That's a tough year.
Yeah.
Sinbad.
Tough year.
Kazam.
Movie.
Shazam.
Shazam.
Nope. And it was like a remake of a much older
Oh.
Casablanca.
monster.
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Oh, yeah. That was, I remember
Yeah.
that being big.
99.
99. Oh.
And this was,
Y2K.
and I'm sure this was because of a Disney
This we
movie.
were terrified. It was a computer that was failing.
Y2K.
No. This guy wouldn't have been worried about
Okay.
Inspector
computers.
Gadget.
No.
What is it? The
He would have
clue
been.
It was a movie then, but it was based on an old TV show character.
The Lone Ranger.
Yeah, I don't know if it was comics or not.
Dick Tracy.
No.
Dick Tracy.
The Phantom.
Think Jungles.
Think Jungles?
Tarzan.
Tarzan.
Oh, yeah.
Tarzan.
Phil Collins.
That's
There
it.
you go.
That's it. You call it.
2000.
never-
We're going up. We're going to go up to,
Should never
to
counted them out.
2008.
You know Phil
Caleb
Collins is
graduated.
going to be in here somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go up to 2000. This is. It was a movie then,
It's a movie now.
It's a movie then, but not any longer.
based on an old cartoon.
Scooby-Doo.
Nope. You mentioned it a little bit
Oh,
ago,
yeah.
I've said a lot of things. Oh,
but this is the male character,
ABBA.
the main character.
The ABBA guy.
ABBA. It's ABBA.
This is the lead character
Okay.
in the
Oh.
movie.
Dick Tracy.
Cartoon,
Oh,
Movie cartoon.
Cartoon.
Pink Panther.
big cartoon.
Big cartoon. Flintstones.
Godzilla.
Flintstones.
Oh, Flintstones.
Fred Flintstone.
Yeah. Halle Berry was great in that movie.
Oh
yeah, stole the show.
2001.
That might have just been. Maybe not everybody felt that way.
I think this was cartoon.
Oh, I love the confidence.
Mask.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it to you. Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh,
It was it was a cartoon, but they made it into a movie.
Okay.
I see.
And I didn't watch either. Halle Berry wasn't in it.
2002. We're up to. It's a movie based on a book series.
I say that, but I think the only Halle Berry
Harry
movie I've
Potter.
Yes.
Oh, I wasn't on.
Character was
because of witches.
Harry Potter.
no, wasn't
Really?
Harry Potter.
Hermione. Hagrid.
Yes.
Really?
No, because girls read.
Girls read.
And I don't mean that anyway. Other than if you read, you're probably a girl.
Try to dig out of that one,
No,
Caleb.
don't take that. I don't want
2003, I'll save you. 2003.
2003.
Back to comic book superhero again,
Batman.
but it's a movie.
Batman.
It's a Batman.
No.
Iron Man.
No.
But Superman.
Avengers.
No.
Thor.
He,
Iron Man.
Captain America.
he's a man, but he was also just a teenager.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
Good job.
It's Tobey Maguire era.
2004.
A Space Odyssey.
From a movie.
All right.
Okay.
I would say adventure.
Oh, adventure kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's because it's Robinson Crusoe.
Because there was probably sword fighting.
Oh, Zorro.
No.
Oh,
What?
No.
Conan the Barbarian.
Oh,
No.
Hercules.
Oh, Hercules.
There
No?
was
Sword fighting.
Sword
ships.
fighting. Oh, with
Pirates of the
ships.
Caribbean.
There it is.
Yep.
I brought it in.
Johnny Depp.
Good job. Good
Jack
job.
Sparrow. 2005. TV show.
Survivor.
No.
Jeff Probst.
Ryan
Seacrest. It was American Idol.
I was just told today that this TV show has like 20 seasons.
Really?
I've never watched
American
it. Your
Idol.
mom
Simpsons.
watches it. Your mom watches it.
Mom watches The Simpsons?
No.
That's trash.
It's
Grey's
not the same.
Anatomy.
Yes.
Oh,
And they were...
what were they?
The
Who were
cast.
they? Really?
Kids dressed as the cast.
Are you kidding me?
Like a
Or
cast.
they put on a cast. I'm not sure.
Did they just put on a white coat and they're like, oh, my doctor?
Probably.
I'll
Also,
fill it in.
also
Scrubs.
much like what's the movie we named earlier that kids shouldn't have been watching? The gangster movie.
Yeah, Godfather.
Godfather. Kids should not be watching Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, I would think you
filth.
would want your kids.
It reminds me of this. It's like erotic and stuff. It reminds me of this time traveling book about.
2006.
2006.
2006.
Is it a movie? Is it
Movie.
Okay.
I'm finishing up sophomore year, or going into junior year, depending on how you look at it.
2.
No.
Hint.
Well, Halloween.
V.
V for Vendetta.
V for Vendetta.
There was the Guy Fawkes mask.
Yeah, that's
Good
Oh
movie.
yeah, oh yeah,
Good
it's a
movie.
great movie.
2007. 2006, you would have been.
Are you going into your junior now?
Or finishing my.
At Halloween.
Oh yeah, well Halloween. Well, I don't know when suits are coming out.
2007, and Caleb dressed like this one
Oh,
for
I
that
got
year.
do Halloween in high school.
It was a TV show, like Disney Channel.
Okay.
Lizzie McGuire.
She's
Davy Crockett.
Really?
she's had a pretty big career.
Raven.
Raven. Yeah. Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, Hannah Montana.
That was popular then?
Well, you dressed like it when you're.
I didn't dress like it.
In 2008, the final one.
2008. This is
2008.
the year I graduated. This is
The year you graduated, so you definitely was out trick or treating that year after you
I did
graduated.
not do that.
Ninja. No.
No.
Ghost again.
Nope. It's.
Did you hear Whitesnake?
White Snake. David Coverdale.
Pretty sure it was a movie, but it was also a play.
Oh, West Side Story.
Size played in the pit.
Oh,
for this musical before.
Oh, High School Musical.
High School.
As a high school. Oh, wow.
No, I'm just shooting from the hip.
And that's
where we're at.
That's where we're at.
Okay, well, that was fun.
I felt like that was insincere.
Well, yeah, I never do that one again.
That was, I enjoyed it.
Well, so how long of years did we span there?
We covered from 68 to...
And I felt that. Did you?
I felt that. I know our producer did.
It was quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I figured that covers us and then you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and if you're still watching, it's probably time for bed.
But yeah.
That was good.
But, yeah, exactly. Good stuff.
Good stuff. I love that. Love that we did it.
I'm looking over at you. It's like, when will this end?
Is this ever going to stop? All right, but tune in next week and like, subscribe. Follow us on X. Follow Caleb on MySpace.
Yeah.
Check out my Zanga. I got some hot stuff on there. And just follow my dad around in real life. Say hi.
He's an interesting dude.
Just follow him really closely.
Yeah.
And don't introduce yourself. Guys, I've prepared a little reading for us this evening.
Oh, okay. Do tell.
All right, I will. True. Nervous. Very, very dreadfully nervous. I had been and am. But why will you say that I am mad? The disease had sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all was the sense of hearing acute. I heard all things in the heaven and in the earth. I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad? Hearken and observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story. It is impossible to say how first the idea entered my brain, but once conceived, it haunted me day and night. Object there was none, passion there was none. I loved the old man. He had never wronged me. He had never given me insult. For his gold I had no desire. I think it was his eye. Yes, it was this. One of his eyes resembled that of a vulture, a pale blue eye with a film over it.
Thank you, and good night.
The Whatchagonnawannado podcast is brought to you by Scott Dog Productions and is made possible by viewers like you.